Hello, I'm Loretta Zajac, and welcome to the Speech Diaries. Today, it's all about food and the dieting dilemma. Later in the video, I'll let you know what weight loss program I'm currently working on and the key to successful weight loss. You won't want to miss this. But first, when did I realize that food had become a problem for me? It's quite interesting, to be honest with you. You see, years ago, I used to work at Hamilton's community television station, Cable 14. And quite often, we would go to the restaurant around the corner for lunch or dinner or with a production crew. Well, this one time, we went there for lunch, and one of the guests of one of our shows was there as well. And on the way back to the station, he said to me, "You know, I know something that you take very seriously." Okay, what? Food. What do you mean? And he said, "When my order came to the table, my eyes lit up, and right away, my focus became the food, how I was eating it, how I was chewing it, what I ate first. I was intent on just devouring the food in front of me." My response to him was, "Well, don't most people?" "Not the way you do," was his reply. I don't want to admit it, but I knew exactly what he meant. At that moment, I had to recognize that food had become an obsession with me, an addiction, if you will. He was right. I mean, even on my bucket list, you won't find climbing Mount Everest, running the Boston Marathon, or even meeting Blake Shelton. But what you will find is a few entries devoted specifically to food. For example, trying authentic Chinese food. I've done that. Eating one of Gordon Ramsay's signature dishes, beef Wellington, at one of his restaurants. Yes, I did, and it was delicious. And for dessert, we had sticky toffee pudding. Yes. And I also have on my bucket list mindful eating. That one I haven't got to yet. For some people, being a foodie works. It's their way of life, how they survive, how they make a living by sharing their experience with food. Like there's food critics, there's food vloggers, there's competitions. It's all over the place. And for some people, that's great. For me, not so much. I tend to overindulge. And I'm also an emotional eater, which adds to the danger. As a result, for most of my life, even from when I was a young girl, I've been categorized as pleasantly plump, big boned, chubby, voluptuous. In other words, fat. Don't even get me started on diets. There are so many, you don't know where to turn, which one works, which one doesn't, which one is a real diet, which one is just a fad. I've tried most of them. Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, OA. Yes, there is an Overeaters Anonymous. The Atkins diet, the keto diet, the protein diet, where you consumed cherry-flavored protein, and it was disgusting. Oh. Body for Life, Dr. Phil's diet, Oprah and Bob Green's diet, Counterweight, the list goes on and on. Not to mention all the memberships that I've wasted money in. Vic Tanny's, Ladies Fitness, Good Life Fitness, the YMCA, Zumba classes, And believe it or not, belly dancing. Mhm. So why doesn't dieting last? Why does it work for a short period of time? And then once you go off of the diet, boom, you gain more weight and then some. Well, that's the tendency anyway, at least from my experience. We all know the formula to successful weight loss. It's quite simple. It's diet and exercise. But there is a very important element missing from that equation, one that I think is more important than diet or exercise, and that is mindset. You see, with the two diets that worked for me, it's because I was ready for the challenge. I was determined to lose weight, to shed pounds, to feel more healthy, to be able to move better. I was ready. My mind was on go and I was focused. I was committed. I was committed to achieve that goal. But then life gets in the way and you lose focus, and then everything blows up. Every day, it's the decisions that we make, the choices that we make with our brains that will determine the result of our quest. For example, do I choose an apple or an apple fritter? Will I have another helping? Should I get 2 scoops of ice cream or 1? Do I drive to the corner store or will I walk? Now, choosing what to eat isn't as simple as I'll take the red one and not the blue one. It's not that simple. There's a lot of factors that get involved because all your senses are involved. Let me give you an example. One of my danger foods is potato chips. Quite often I would buy a big family bag of potato chips and yep, I would down the whole thing. When I go to the store, I walk down the aisle, I see, oh, wait a minute. Here's a good idea. There are individual portion size potato chips that are in this big bag. So it's a variety pack. You get 18 in a pack, but they're portion controlled. They're individual packages. So the amount that you eat isn't as big as eating a whole bag of potato chips. So I end up buying one of these bags of 18, take it home. I sit there, I'm ready for a snack. I go to my big bag, pull it out, take one little bag out, open it up, and start eating that potato chip. Is that it? I'll just have another one. So I end up eating about 4 or 5 of those small bags and think, all right, I did good. But you know what? I really didn't. It's just as bad, maybe even worse, than eating the whole bag of potato chips. They're both bad. Which proves that my obsession with food is an addiction. It's something that I can't control. So for now, I try to avoid the foods that are triggering, which are potato chips, French fries, rich cakes, ice cream, things that I know will trigger something inside of me, causing me to want more. Now, remember that I mentioned that I tried a few diets and about 2 of them worked. Well, which one worked the best for me? And that would be the counterweight diet. There was a book that they published. I do have a copy of it, which gives you the plan, the meal plan, the portion sizes. It gives you recipes and just guides you through your weight loss journey. So maybe in a future video, what I'll do is I'll do one specifically on the counterweight method. How do I manage my cravings now? When I get a craving or an urge, I try to tap into my mindset, remind myself what my goals are, why I'm on this journey of weight loss. I ask myself, what do I want more? Do I want the temporary satisfaction of eating this, or do I want to achieve my goal? Now, at the moment, if you're an addict, that is a hard question to answer because you have that live in the moment mindset that addicts, it's not good for an addict. It's not good for an addict. So it's difficult, but I have to trust myself that I'm going to make the right decision. And usually I do. Usually. But if I fall off the wagon, so to speak, I don't beat myself up anymore. I used to, and I used to bother, and I used to say, why bother going back on it? I'm just going to fail again and again and again. Again, that's the mindset. That's negative talk. You will succeed, but you have to keep on, you have to keep at it, and you have to trust yourself. Exercise. That's an important factor with weight loss as well. I'm not really doing any formal exercise routine at the present time. I do plan on doing it. I love water aerobics. I love going in the pool. I enjoy that. I just love being in the water. Uh, I used to like to walk all the time, and I'm going to try to get back into it. Used to do a lot of walking, as a matter of fact. And one of the challenges that I have coming up in a future video is going on a walk that I used to do when I was in my late teens, early 20s. And it's a beautiful place, and I'd like to take you there. Hopefully, hopefully I'll be in shape to do it when the time comes. More on that later on. There are 3 factors that help contribute to the success of my attitude in this weight loss journey. Number 1 is sharing my story with you all, the speech diaries. That is a big factor. I want to make myself accountable. I want to make sure that I'm sharing it for the best reasons, and hopefully if somebody sees or hears my story, that will inspire them to succeed on their own personal journey. So that is one contributing factor to my mindset being positive. The second is my family. I want to participate more with them when they go to amusement parks, or if they go on hikes, or if they go away. I want to have more stamina, be able to keep up with them, and to be able to play with my grandchildren and have more flexibility, and just to make them proud. And the third reason is for my health, improving my physical endurance, my flexibility, my motor skills, and hopefully getting off my prescription medications that I'm on for blood pressure and for stomach issues. And you may be wondering what happens, or what do I do when a setback occurs. Like I mentioned before, I really try not to get down on myself. But recently, I actually had a setback and I recorded it, and I'd like to share it with you. It is a struggle to get out of it. I'm not going to kid around. I'm not going to, not going to rose color anything. It is a struggle, but you have to believe in yourself.
Hi, it's me. I just thought I'd check in with you guys because it's Sunday night, and I just wanted to let you know that I've had a bit of a struggle today with urges, wanting to eat things that I shouldn't probably, as well as other urges Giving into addiction is, oh my goodness, it's just so degrading. Humiliating. But, I do it to myself. I don't know why I struggle so much. I think it's habits. I think you really have to break some habits that entice the addiction. That's a good one. Yeah, work on breaking the habits that entice your addiction. And then, sometimes you just get in the moods. And I think I'm in one of those moods this evening. Anyway, this is part of the journey. This is part of the struggle. And what I'm going to do about it is I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm going to have to put some roadblocks in place to help me. And hopefully they'll work and I can move forward. But I'm not giving up. I'm not. That was a rough night, but I got over it. And I learned something from that experience. I learned that I can overcome those obstacles, and I have put some roadblocks in place. I've created boundaries. So the next time I'm put in that situation, I can avoid the temptation. I once heard this little saying that I think makes a lot of sense in this circumstance, is that each setback is a step closer to succeeding. And what diet am I using now? I am using the Weight Watchers program. And I'll tell you why. For years, I've tried Weight Watchers. I don't know how many times I've joined Weight Watchers, to tell you the truth. But the program now seems to be really close to the counterweight program that I was on years ago that worked for me. Plus, with my phone and the app, I can easily keep track of my food intake, my daily points, and my weight. I can see the progression firsthand, and it keeps me aligned with my goals. So yes, this goal, this journey is tough, but it's not insurmountable. I am dedicated to doing the best I can to achieve a healthy weight so that I can live a healthier life and be more active, be more confident, and be able to do more of the things that I want to do in life. And don't we all?